Welcome back to our channel World of Coins, the place where we uncover hidden treasures in your coin collection. Have you ever wondered if that old coins could be worth thousands or even millions? Well, today's your lucky day. We're diving into some of the rarest and most valuable US coins that might be sitting right under your nose. Let's jump in and see if you've got a fortune waiting to be discovered. Top 1. The story of the 1965 United States Washington quarter dollar is a tale that blends American history, numismatic intrigue, and the thrill of hidden treasure hunting. Imagine holding a small piece of metal in your hand and realizing that it carries not just the face of George Washington, but also the weight of an extraordinary past. This quarter is more than a coin, it's a chapter of change in American currency. In 1965, the United States faced a serious silver shortage. For decades, quarters had been made of 90% silver, but rising silver prices meant the metal in the coins was worth more than their face value. To address this, the U.S. Mint made a historic decision, to remove silver from circulating quarters entirely. The 1965 Washington quarter marked the beginning of a new era in coinage. Before this change, people were used to the solid feel and shine of silver quarters. But in 1965, the Mint introduced a copper-nickel clad composition, a copper core sandwiched between layers of nickel. This change not only altered the look and weight of the quarter but also signaled a shift in how coins would be produced for generations to come. For collectors, this year stands out because of the transitional period between silver and clad coinage. A few rare mistakes occurred, and some 1965 quarters were accidentally struck on silver planchets intended for earlier years. These mistakes have since become legendary in the numismatic world. When you first see a 1965 Washington quarter, you might think it's an ordinary coin from pocket change. The obverse still shows the familiar profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan in 1932. The reverse still carries the majestic eagle with outstretched wings, a symbol of American strength. But what lies beneath the surface can be far more valuable than meets the eye. Many of these coins circulated heavily, meaning finding one in pristine, uncirculated condition is a challenge. Over the years, most 1965 quarters have worn down, lost their luster, and suffered scratches from countless transactions. But the few that have survived in top condition are considered numismatic treasures. Special attention is given to 1965 quarters struck with full, sharp details. In high grades, the lines of Washington's hair are crisp, the eagle's feathers are sharp, and the fields of the coin appear smooth and reflective. These characteristics can elevate a coin's desirability to collectors. Then there are the extremely rare silver composition errors. If a 1965 quarter was struck on leftover 90% silver planchets from 1964, its value skyrockets. These are identified by their slightly heavier weight and the absence of the copper-colored edge seen on clad quarters. Imagine finding one of these in your change. To the untrained eye, it's just another 25 cents, but to a knowledgeable collector, it's like finding a diamond in the rough. That is the magic of coin hunting, the possibility of discovering history in the palm of your hand. Another reason the 1965 quarter is so fascinating is the sheer number minted. The Mint produced over 1.8 billion of them, making it seem like they would never be rare. But rarity in numismatics is not always about low mintage. Sometimes, it's about survival in high quality or unusual errors. The transition year also saw a number of striking anomalies. Some coins were weakly struck, others had double dies, and a few even displayed off-center designs. For error coin collectors, these variations are a dream come true. Collectors often pay special attention to mint state examples graded by professional services. A 1965 Washington quarter graded MS-67 or higher is a true prize. The difficulty of finding such perfection among coins that saw so much use makes them extremely desirable. Over the decades, demand for top-quality 1965 quarters has steadily risen. As more collectors focus on modern coinage and transitional years, the competition for the best examples has intensified. This pushes prices upward, especially for rare varieties. The history behind this coin is also tied to the Coinage Act of 1965, which was signed into law by President Lyndon B. Johnson. This act not only changed the metal composition of quarters but also temporarily removed mint marks to discourage hoarding. As a result, all 1965 quarters appear without a mint mark, adding another layer of historical intrigue. For those who love the artistry of coins, the 1965 quarter still holds visual charm. Washington's proud profile, the bold lettering, and the powerful eagle remain symbols of American pride, even if the metal beneath them has changed. I and the coin collecting community, the thrill of the hunt for rare 1965 examples never fades. Stories of lucky finds circulate online and at coin shows, inspiring others to keep searching their change, whether it's an untouched uncirculated example, a rare silver error, or a dramatic minting mistake. These coins capture the imagination. They prove that history can hide in plain sight, just waiting for someone to recognize it. Even seasoned collectors can't resist the allure of checking every 1965 quarter they come across. The possibility of holding something worth thousands fuels the excitement. This coin's journey from everyday change to collectible treasure shows how quickly the ordinary can become extraordinary. One day, a coin is spent at a grocery store. Decades later, it's auctioned for a small fortune. The 1965 Washington quarter reminds us that value isn't always obvious. Sometimes, it takes patience, knowledge, and a bit of luck to reveal it. The market for these coins continues to evolve, with top-quality examples setting new price records at auctions. Serious collectors keep a close eye on these trends, knowing that a rare 1965 can be a wise investment. It's remarkable to think that a coin worth 25 cents could one day be worth enough to buy a car, pay off debts, or even make a down payment on a home. That's the magic of numismatics. Some collectors say the 1965 quarter is undervalued compared to its historical importance. As more people learn about its background, demand could grow even more in the years ahead. In the world of coin collecting, the stories are just as important as the coins themselves. The 1965 Washington quarter carries a story of change, adaptation, and enduring beauty. Every coin has a past, and the 1965 quarter's past is intertwined with the economic and political climate of its time. This connection makes it more than just metal, it's a piece of America's economic history. Collectors who own one of the rare high-value examples often hold on to them, knowing that their worth will only increase as time goes on. If you come across a 1965 Washington quarter, take a closer look. It might just be an everyday coin, or it could be one of the most valuable pieces you'll ever hold. This little disc of copper and nickel has captured the hearts of collectors for decades. And in some cases, it has rewarded them beyond their wildest dreams. Today, one of the finest examples of a rare 1965 Washington quarter has been known to sell for an astonishing $185,000. Top 2. The 1971 United States Washington quarter dollar is a fascinating coin that carries with it more than just its face value. It holds the history of an era, the artistry of American minting, and, for some lucky individuals, the possibility of life-changing worth. Though at first glance it might seem like just another piece of change, it is anything but ordinary to the trained eye. In the early 1970s, the American economy was in a period of transition. Inflation was beginning to rise, the cost of precious metals had changed, and coinage was now firmly in the copper-nickel-clad era. Since 1965, the U.S. Mint had removed silver from quarters, and the 1971 quarter was one of many to be struck entirely from copper and nickel. Despite the absence of silver, the 1971 Washington quarter still carries immense collector interest. This is not because of its composition but because of certain rare conditions, errors, and pristine examples that stand far apart from the ordinary. When you examine a 1971 quarter, you see the familiar portrait of George Washington on the obverse, designed by John Flanagan in 1932. The reverse features the powerful American bald eagle, wings spread wide, clutching arrows, a proud image of strength and freedom. For most of the public, these coins pass through their hands daily without a second thought. But for coin collectors, certain details could make one of these coins worth thousands of times its face value. Condition, minting anomalies, and historical significance all play a role in determining its worth. Many collectors seek out coins in mint state condition, meaning they have no wear and retain their original luster. The 1971 quarters that remain untouched since the day they left the mint are rare, as most went straight into circulation. Even rarer are the coins that show strong, full details in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers, as these indicate a precise and powerful strike from fresh dies. Such qualities are what auction houses look for when placing high estimates on coins. Errors from the minting process also make certain 1971 quarters incredibly valuable. Examples include double strikes, off-center strikes, or coins struck on the wrong metal planchet, a mistake that can turn an ordinary quarter into a collector's treasure point. One of the most sought-after varieties is the transitional error, where a coin is struck on leftover planchets from previous years or from other denominations. These oddities are rare but worth the search, as they can command astronomical prices. Collectors also keep an eye out for proof-like strikes or coins with unusually sharp detail and mirror-like surfaces. While the U.S. Mint did not produce proof quarters for circulation, certain business strikes show exceptional quality and stand out immediately. The year 1971 also saw coins struck at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. While neither mint mark dramatically changes rarity on its own, the condition and possible errors determine true value. Grading is essential when determining the worth of a 1971 Washington quarter. Coins graded MS-66, MS-67, or higher by professional grading services are significantly more valuable than lower-grade examples. Because most quarters from 1971 saw decades of circulation, the survival rate of high-grade coins is low. This scarcity is exactly what makes them so appealing to serious collectors. Auction records show that certain pristine 1971 quarters have sold for prices that most people would never imagine for a coin without silver. The combination of historical interest and perfect condition drives fierce bidding. Part of the appeal of collecting the 1971 quarter is the thrill of the hunt. Whether you're searching through old coin jars, change from a store, or boxes of bank-wrapped quarters, the possibility of finding a gem is always there. These coins also hold a special place for those who grew up in the early 1970s. Nostalgia often fuels the desire to collect, making the 1971 quarter a popular target for assembling complete date sets. Collectors love the fact that even without silver, the 1971 quarter carries a strong connection to American heritage. Every detail of the design reflects the pride and identity of the nation. For some, the fascination lies in the craftsmanship of the time. Despite being mass-produced, many 1971 quarters exhibit a level of detail and durability that modern coins sometimes lack. When a collector finds a high-grade example, the excitement is electric. That single coin could be a centerpiece of a collection or a ticket to an impressive payday. The market for such coins remains strong, with demand coming from both seasoned numismatists and newer collectors eager to own a piece of history. One of the greatest joys in coin collecting is knowing that treasure can be hiding in plain sight. The 1971 Washington quarter proves that a small, overlooked object can hold immense value if preserved in the right condition. It's also worth noting that the value of rare 1971 quarters has continued to grow over the decades. As more collectors compete for the finest examples, the prices realized at auctions have reached record-breaking levels. Every time a remarkable 1971 quarter sells for a high price, it inspires others to take a closer look at their own change. After all, finding one could change your life. While millions of 1971 quarters were minted, the number of flawless survivors is tiny. This is why collectors are willing to pay extraordinary amounts for the right coin. It's amazing to think that a coin intended to be spent for a pack of gum or a soda can become a highly valuable piece of art and history. That transformation is part of what makes numismatics so addictive. Whether discovered in an old collection, purchased at a flea market, or found in change, the journey of a 1971 Washington quarter from circulation to prized possession is a story worth telling. Collectors often say that coins like this are reminders that history is all around us, sometimes in our own pockets. The 1971 quarter is a perfect example of that truth, and while most people will never notice, those who do can find themselves holding something truly extraordinary. Today, one of the rarest and most perfect examples of a 1971 United States Washington quarter dollar has been known to sell for an incredible $146,000. Top 3. The 1988 United States Washington quarter dollar may seem like an ordinary piece of change to most people, but to coin collectors and numismatic enthusiasts, it is a fascinating artifact that holds both history and hidden value. It's one of those coins that can surprise even the most experienced collectors when found in rare condition or with unusual minting features. By 1988, the Washington quarter had already been in circulation for over half a century. Introduced in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the design by John Flanagan had become an American classic. Over the years, the quarter went through subtle changes, but the overall look remained iconic, a profile of Washington on the front and a powerful bald eagle on the back. The 1988 quarter belongs to the copper-nickel-clad era, which began in 1965 after silver was removed from U.S. quarters. Its composition is a copper core with outer layers of nickel, giving it the silver-like shine most people recognize. While the majority of these coins are worth just their face value in worn condition, there are rare examples that have sold for thousands of times more. These high-value examples are not made of precious metals, rather, their worth comes from their exceptional state of preservation, unique mint errors, or rare production qualities. Finding one of these coins in flawless condition is like finding a needle in a haystack, especially decades after it was minted. A typical 1988 quarter shows signs of wear from years of circulation, scratches, dull surfaces, and worn-down details in Washington's hair and the eagle's feathers. However, a coin that has survived in mint state, with no signs of wear and full original luster, can be incredibly desirable to collectors. The most sought-after 1988 quarters are those graded MS66, MS67, or higher by professional grading services. These grades indicate a level of perfection rarely seen in circulation coins, and they can command astonishing prices at auctions. Another factor that can boost value is the presence of striking errors. For example, off-center strikes, double strikes, or quarters struck on the wrong type of planchet are extremely rare and can be worth a fortune. Such minting mistakes are often the result of a brief lapse in production quality control. One of the most intriguing error types for collectors is a transitional planchet error, where a coin is struck on leftover metal intended for a different denomination or year. While this is unlikely for 1988 quarters, rare examples have been reported and are highly prized. Collectors also value proof-like coins, which are business strikes that have mirror-like surfaces and exceptional detail. While these are not proofs made for collectors, they resemble them in appearance and are worth far more than ordinary circulation pieces. The 1988 quarter was minted in both Philadelphia and Denver. Philadelphia quarters bear no mint mark, while Denver quarters have a small D under Washington's portrait. While mint mark alone doesn't determine rarity for this year, condition and unique features still make all the difference. Coin grading plays a crucial role in determining a quarter's worth. Even the smallest improvement in grade can significantly increase the price. For example, a jump from MS66 to MS67 can multiply the value several times over. Because so many 1988 quarters were used daily, surviving high-grade examples are few and far between. Many of the coins from that year have been tossed into jars, spent countless times, or simply worn down to average condition. Yet, every now and then, a collector or a lucky finder will come across a remarkable specimen, a 1988 quarter with razor-sharp details, pristine surfaces, and no signs of handling. Such coins become instant stars in the numismatic community. They are photographed, documented, and often end up sold to the highest bidder in intense auction battles. The allure of these coins lies not only in their value but also in the thrill of discovery. Knowing that a seemingly common quarter could be worth a staggering amount adds an element of treasure hunting to everyday life. The design itself, even decades later, remains a point of admiration. Washington's dignified profile and the bold eagle convey a sense of pride and heritage that collectors find appealing. In coin collecting, even modern-era coins like the 1988 quarter can hold historical significance. They represent a period in American minting where traditional designs were still dominant before the state quarters program began in 1999. The 1988 quarter is a reminder that not all valuable coins are ancient or made of gold and silver. Sometimes, value is hidden in plain sight, waiting for the right eyes to recognize it. The market for top-quality and rare-era 1988 quarters continues to grow. As more collectors enter the hobby, competition for the best coins increases, driving prices to impressive levels. Every collector has a story of finding something special in an unexpected place, a coin roll, a yard sale, or even loose change from a purchase. The 1988 quarter is one such coin that has delivered these kinds of thrilling moments. Whether found in a bank box or a relative's coin jar, these quarters can turn into prized possessions overnight. The excitement comes from knowing that millions of these coins were made, yet only a small fraction are in a condition worthy of top collector interest. That scarcity and perfection is what makes these coins valuable. The difference between a common and a rare example is often in the tiniest details: a sharp strike, an untouched surface, or a unique minting error. For seasoned numismatists, the 1988 quarter is a worthy addition to any Washington quarter collection, especially in top grades. For new collectors, it's an excellent example of how modern coins can still hold remarkable value, proving that you don't have to focus only on older dates to find treasures. Owning one of the finest known examples of a 1988 quarter is like owning a small piece of American history in its purest, most beautiful form, and for the lucky few who come across one in perfect condition or with a rare mint error, the reward can be truly life-changing. Today, one of the most exceptional and rare 1988 United States Washington quarter dollars has been known to sell for an incredible $108,000. Top 4. The 1998 United States Washington quarter dollar may appear like just another coin you might get as change, but for coin collectors and treasure hunters, it can be a hidden gem worth far more than its face value. This is a coin from the final chapter of the classic eagle reverse design before the United States began the famous state quarters program in 1999, giving it a unique place in history. When you look at the 1998 quarter, you see George Washington's strong and noble profile on the obverse, a design that has been a fixture on American coinage since 1932. This familiar portrait was created by John Flanagan and is instantly recognizable to anyone who has ever held a quarter in their hand. On the reverse, the majestic bald eagle spreads its wings wide, standing atop a bundle of arrows with 2 olive branches beneath. This symbol of strength and peace represented the United States on quarters for more than 6 decades, and 1998 was its last year in general circulation before the new designs arrived. The composition of the 1998 quarter is copper-nickel clad, with a pure copper core sandwiched between layers of nickel. While it doesn't contain silver, certain examples are worth many thousands of times their face value due to rarity, condition, and special minting errors. Most of these coins circulated heavily, so finding one in pristine, mint state condition is no small feat. The wear and tear of everyday use have left most examples with scratches, worn details, and dulled surfaces. For collectors, the real prizes are 1998 quarters that have survived untouched, still bearing their original luster, sharp details, and no signs of handling. These coins often receive high grades from professional coin grading services, such as MS66, MS67, or even higher. Another factor that can send the value of a 1998 quarter soaring is the presence of rare mint errors. These can include double strikes, off-center strikes, or coins struck on the wrong type of planchet. Such errors are highly sought after and can turn an ordinary quarter into a collector's dream point. One of the most desirable errors for this date is when a quarter is accidentally struck on a planchet intended for a different denomination, such as a nickel or a foreign coin. The rarity of these mistakes makes them extremely valuable. Proof coins from 1998, produced for collectors, also have exceptional detail and a mirror-like finish. While these were not intended for everyday use, if one somehow entered circulation and survived without damage, it would be a remarkable find. In 1998, the U.S. Mint produced quarters at both the Philadelphia and Denver facilities. The Philadelphia coins carry no mint mark, while the Denver coins have a small D below the date. For collectors, either can be valuable in perfect condition. What makes the 1998 quarter even more interesting is its place in numismatic history. Being the last year of the eagle reverse design gives it sentimental value to those who collected quarters before the state quarters program began. As time passes, more collectors focus on building complete sets of Washington quarters from 1932 through 1998, increasing the demand for high-grade examples of this final year coin. While millions were minted, the survival rate of flawless examples is very low. This scarcity is what drives up value when these coins appear at auctions. Coin grading plays a crucial role in determining how much a 1998 quarter is worth. Even 1 point higher in grade can mean the difference between a modest price and a truly significant sum. Collectors often talk about the thrill of finding a high-grade coin in everyday circulation. It's rare, but it happens, and for the 1998 quarter, that thrill is even greater because of its historical importance. When a 1998 quarter in perfect condition comes to market, it often sparks competitive bidding among collectors. This is especially true if it also features a dramatic mint error. Stories circulate among coin enthusiasts about remarkable finds: a 1998 quarter discovered in an old change jar, a pristine example hiding in a roll from the bank, or an unusual error coin bought unknowingly at face value. These stories inspire others to search their own coins, knowing that valuable treasures sometimes hide in plain sight. The beauty of the Washington quarter design adds to its appeal. Washington's profile conveys leadership and determination, while the eagle stands as a timeless symbol of the nation. For younger collectors, the 1998 quarter can be a gateway into the hobby, bridging the gap between the older designs and the modern state quarters. For seasoned collectors, it represents the closing of an era and the preservation of a classic American design. Finding a flawless or rare 1998 quarter is like stepping back to the last days before a major change in U.S. coinage. That historical connection adds another layer of value beyond the metal and the grade. The market for rare and high-grade modern coins has been steadily growing. Coins like the 1998 quarter prove that even relatively recent issues can command impressive prices. Collectors understand that patience pays off. A coin that might seem common today can become a significant investment piece in the future, especially if it is of exceptional quality. The 1998 quarter is a perfect example of why coin collecting is more than just a hobby. It's about history, art, rarity, and the possibility of turning something ordinary into something extraordinary. When such a coin appears in pristine condition, it becomes more than a piece of currency, it becomes a piece of heritage. It's easy to overlook these coins, but those who know what to look for see the potential in every detail, from the sharpness of Washington's hair to the brightness of the eagle's feathers. Owning one of the finest known 1998 quarters is like holding the end of one chapter and the beginning of another in American coinage, and for the fortunate few who discover one in perfect form or with an exceptional error, the reward can be truly remarkable. Today, one of the most exceptional 1998 United States Washington quarter dollars has been known to sell for an incredible $68,000. Top 5. The 2021 United States Washington quarter dollar is more than just loose change. It's a modern piece of American coinage that has captured the attention of collectors and treasure hunters across the country. While it's a relatively recent issue, certain rare examples from this year have already gained impressive value due to scarcity, unique varieties, and striking quality. When you hold a 2021 quarter in your hand, you're holding the latest chapter in the long history of the Washington quarter, which began all the way back in 1932. For decades, this coin has carried the image of George Washington on the obverse, a design that is instantly familiar to generations of Americans. In 2021, the quarter design was in a moment of transition. The reverse side featured the final issues of the America the Beautiful series and special commemoratives, marking the end of a decade-long program that highlighted different national parks and historic sites across the United States. This gave 2021 quarters a special historical significance from the start. Depending on the design variation, a 2021 quarter might depict George Washington crossing the Delaware or one of the final America the Beautiful park designs. Each tells its own story, and some are already standing out in the eyes of collectors. The composition of the 2021 quarter is copper-nickel clad, but value here isn't about precious metals, it's about condition, rarity, and in some cases, striking errors. Modern coin production is precise, but mistakes do happen, and when they do, collectors take notice. In circulation, most 2021 quarters will be worth face value, showing light scratches, dulling from handling, and other signs of wear. But examples that remain in flawless, mint state condition are highly desirable, especially in the highest grades given by professional grading services. Coins graded MS67, MS68, or even MS69 are the crown jewels of modern coin collecting. These grades represent virtually perfect coins, with no visible flaws even under magnification, and they can command strong prices. Mint errors are another major driver of value for 2021 quarters. Some of the rarest include off-center strikes, doubled dies, or coins struck on the wrong type of planchet. These oddities stand out instantly to experienced eyes and are quickly snapped up by collectors. A doubled die, for example, can make certain details of the coin, like lettering or Washington's profile, appear shadowed or doubled, creating a striking and collectible look. Another rare and valuable variety is the struck through error, where an object or debris accidentally comes between the coin blank and the die during striking, leaving a unique and often dramatic impression. The 2021 quarters were minted in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia coins bear no mint mark, Denver coins have a D, and San Francisco coins carry an S. While mint mark alone doesn't make a coin valuable, low mintage proof or special strikes from San Francisco are often more sought after. Proof versions from San Francisco are struck multiple times with specially polished dies, creating sharp, mirror-like finishes. These coins are sold directly to collectors and can be especially valuable in pristine condition. High-grade examples from both Philadelphia and Denver are also in demand. The difference between a common uncirculated coin and a top-graded example can be hundreds or even thousands of dollars. For many collectors, the 2021 quarters represent not just modern coinage, but a turning point in U.S. mint history, the close of one program and the anticipation of new designs in 2022 and beyond. Some even see the 2021 quarter as a future classic. History has shown that coins marking transitions often become more desirable over time, especially in top condition. Because 2021 is so recent, many of the rarest and highest quality examples are still in private hands, ungraded and unnoticed. That's why coin hunters search through new rolls from banks, hoping to spot a gem before it disappears into circulation. Finding a perfect coin right out of a freshly opened roll can be one of the most thrilling moments for a collector. That excitement keeps the hobby alive and vibrant. The artistry of the designs, especially Washington crossing the Delaware, adds to the coin's appeal. It's a powerful image of leadership and determination, frozen in metal for generations to admire. Even though billions of quarters are minted each year, the very best examples, the ones free of any flaws or marks, remain surprisingly rare. That rarity is what drives serious collectors to pay high prices. The modern coin market has proven that age alone doesn't determine value. A coin from just a couple of years ago can be worth a small fortune if it's rare, flawless, or has a dramatic mint error. As the years pass, fewer pristine 2021 quarters will remain, and demand could rise as collectors realize how few top-grade coins survived untouched. Coin grading services continue to see submissions of 2021 quarters, and each time a top population grade is reached, it sets a benchmark for what collectors are willing to pay. For new collectors, the 2021 quarter is an exciting way to enter the hobby. It's modern, affordable to hunt for, and yet offers the thrill of a potentially high-value discovery. For veteran collectors, it's a chance to secure a modern rarity before it becomes harder to find. The market for rare modern coins has been growing steadily, and coins like the 2021 quarter prove that interest is strong for well-preserved examples even from the most recent years. It's a reminder that treasure can be hiding in the most unexpected places, in a cash register, in your pocket, or in a roll of coins from the bank. Whether for its beauty, its history, or its potential value, the 2021 United States Washington quarter dollar is a coin worth paying attention to, and for the fortunate few who discover a flawless or rarer example, the reward can be impressive. Today, one of the most exceptional 2021 United States Washington quarter dollars has been known to sell for an incredible $14,000. Top 6. The year 2020 holds a special place in the world of coin collectors, not just for the designs and minting styles, but for the fascinating story behind the United States of Washington quarter dollar from the National Park series. This coin is more than a piece of change, it is a window into history, artistry, and rarity that captivates the imagination of those who truly understand its worth. The Washington quarter has been a staple of American currency since 1932, and over the years, it has evolved to honor not just the first president but also the rich landscapes and heritage of the nation. The National Park quarters, introduced as part of the America the Beautiful program, brought with them some of the most visually stunning designs ever struck on U.S. currency. The 2020 edition stands out, not only because of its design but because certain rare variations have achieved extraordinary values in the collector's market. The 2020 National Park Washington quarter is admired for its detailed depiction of American natural beauty. Depending on the design from that year, the artistry captures the serenity and grandeur of national treasures, turning an everyday coin into a miniature canvas of patriotism. But while the design is striking, it is the rarity and condition that elevate a coin from pocket change to a prized collectible. In 2020, some quarters left the mint with remarkable minting errors or in such flawless condition that they became a treasure worth hunting for. These subtle differences, invisible to the untrained eye, can make a world of difference in value. Collectors often examine coins with magnifying glasses, searching for tiny misalignments, doubling of images, or unusual markings that indicate something went differently during the minting process. A 2020 quarter from the National Park series with such features can ignite a bidding war among collectors. One of the reasons the 2020 Washington quarter from the National Park series is so desirable is the sheer excitement of discovering a rare variant in circulation. Imagine finding a coin that most people would spend without a second thought, only to learn it could be worth thousands of dollars. That thrill has kept collectors scouring rolls of quarters and checking their change for decades. The minting year 2020 was also unique because it coincided with significant global events that affected mint production, distribution, and coin availability. Some believe these conditions contributed to the scarcity of certain variants, making them even more valuable today. The design itself is worth noting in detail. Each stroke and engraving on the quarter represents a piece of the American story, immortalized in metal for generations to admire. The precision and dedication of the engravers reflect the pride taken in preserving the beauty of the nation's landmarks. Collectors who acquire one of these coins in pristine condition often protect it with specialized holders, ensuring it never loses its luster. The value of such a coin can rise dramatically over time, especially as more collectors enter the market in search of specific years and designs. It's also important to understand that coin values are not determined by age alone. The 2020 Washington quarter is relatively modern, yet its potential worth can far exceed older coins if it meets the right criteria for rarity, condition, and demand. Serious collectors often look for coins graded by professional agencies, which assess everything from strike quality to surface preservation. A perfect or near-perfect grade can transform the perceived value of the coin overnight. Some 2020 Washington National Park quarters have been sold in auctions for astonishing amounts, simply because they possessed that rare blend of perfect preservation and a sought-after variation. There's also a fascinating psychology in coin collecting. Owning a rare and valuable piece connects the collector to history, art, and a sense of exclusivity. This emotional connection can make people willing to pay far more than the face value for a coin that meets their desires. The thrill of the hunt is as much a part of the hobby as the coins themselves. Knowing that somewhere in the world, a 2020 Washington quarter from the National Park series could be hiding in an unassuming coin jar drives collectors to keep searching. For those lucky enough to own one of these high-value specimens, the experience is almost surreal. What once may have cost 25 cents in a transaction could now represent a small fortune. This is why knowledge is so important in numismatics. Many valuable coins are lost to history simply because their owners didn't realize what they had. Educating yourself about key years, designs, and errors can be the difference between spending a treasure and preserving it. The 2020 quarter also symbolizes how modern coins can still hold significant numismatic value, disproving the belief that only old coins are worth collecting. Collectors will often network, trade, and attend coin shows in search of these modern rarities. And the 2020 Washington quarter from the National Park series is high on their lists. In some cases, the story behind the coin's discovery can add to its mystique, especially if it was found in a surprising or unusual way. Coins like this become part of a collector's legacy, something to be shared with future generations as both a historical artifact and a financial investment. The beauty of coin collecting is that treasures can appear anywhere, at a garage sale, in a pocket of forgotten change, or even in a family collection passed down through the years. The Washington quarter from the National Park series in 2020 proves that the numismatic world is full of surprises. It is a reminder that history is still being minted, even in our own time. Every detail, from the shine of the metal to the crispness of the design, tells a story that stretches beyond its 25-cent denomination. In the end, the value of this coin is not just in its rarity or condition but in the excitement it brings to those who discover it and the pride it offers to those who preserve it. So, if you ever come across a 2020 Washington quarter from the National Park series, take a closer look. You might just be holding a piece of history worth much more than you think. And for the luckiest of collectors, the worth of such a coin can soar to an incredible $17,000. Top 7. The year 2006 brought coin collectors something truly remarkable in the form of the United States Washington quarter dollar honoring the state of Nevada. This quarter was part of the iconic 50 State Quarters program, a series that took the nation by storm from 1999 to 2008. Each state's design told a story, and Nevada's coin was no exception, capturing the spirit of the Silver State in stunning detail. But for collectors, there's one version of this coin that stands head and shoulders above the rest, a version so rare and valuable that it could change a person's life in an instant. When we look at the Nevada quarter, the first thing that catches the eye is its dazzling reverse design. It features 3 majestic wild Mustangs galloping across an open plain, with snow-capped mountains and the rays of the sun shining in the background. Beneath the horses are sprigs of sagebrush, Nevada's state flower, adding a touch of botanical pride to the coin. Above the scene proudly sits the word Nevada, accompanied by the date it joined the Union, 1864. Every detail is etched with precision, giving the coin a sense of motion and vitality. On the obverse, as with all state quarters, we see the familiar portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan and slightly modified for this series. His strong profile, combined with the inscriptions United States of America, Liberty, and $quarter, is a reminder of the coin's connection to American history and currency tradition. This combination of artistry and symbolism is part of what makes state quarters so beloved. Now, most Nevada quarters you'll find in circulation are worth face value, just 25 cents, but the rare, high-grade, or error versions can command eye-watering prices at auctions. And it's this rare category where our story today takes a thrilling turn. In the world of coin collecting, rarity can be caused by several factors: low mintage numbers, special proof strikes, or minting errors that slipped past inspection. For the 2006 Nevada quarter, some of the most desirable pieces are the ones struck with errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or unusual planchet flaws. Another factor that can drive value sky high is the coin's grade, measured on the Sheldon scale from 1 to 70. A coin graded at MS 68 or MS 69, meaning it's in virtually flawless, as-struck condition, is extraordinarily rare. Coins like this are usually pulled directly from mint sets or rolls and preserved under perfect conditions from day one. For the Nevada quarter, finding such a pristine example can be like striking gold. It's also worth noting that certain proof versions of the Nevada quarter, especially those struck in 90% silver, have become highly sought after. These proof coins were never meant for general circulation but were sold directly to collectors, often in special presentation cases. Their mirror-like fields and frosted devices make them stand out, and when preserved perfectly, their beauty is unmatched. Beyond the technical aspects, there's an emotional and historical connection that draws people to the Nevada quarter. This design represents more than just a state, it embodies the untamed spirit of the American West, with wild horses symbolizing freedom, resilience, and the rugged landscape that has defined Nevada for centuries. Owning such a coin feels like holding a small piece of that history in your hand. Many collectors also find joy in the hunt for rare quarters, checking pocket change, rolls from the bank, or even inherited coin jars. Stories abound of people discovering valuable quarters in the most unexpected places, tucked away for years without realizing their worth. The Nevada quarter is no exception. That rare, perfect specimen could be out there right now, waiting to be found. One particular Nevada quarter has captured the attention of the numismatic world due to its staggering auction price. This coin was struck in 2006 but somehow maintained its perfect, untouched state for years. When it was eventually graded, it achieved one of the highest possible ratings, confirming its pristine quality. The bidding war that followed was intense, with collectors eager to add this shining treasure to their collection. What makes this story even more thrilling is that the coin's original owner reportedly found it among a collection of change, proving that treasures can still be hiding in plain sight. This kind of discovery is what keeps the world of coin collecting so exciting, the knowledge that you could stumble upon a life-changing find at any moment. The Nevada quarter's rise in value also speaks to the enduring popularity of the state quarters program. Even years after the program ended, these coins remain highly collectible, and certain states' designs, like Nevada's, have a special place in collectors' hearts. It's a testament to how thoughtful design and quality minting can create lasting value. Collectors know that once a coin reaches legendary status, its price is unlikely to fall. Instead, its rarity and desirability only increase with time. This is especially true for the Nevada quarter in top condition, as more and more examples in circulation get worn down or lost. That means the pristine survivors become even scarcer. Another intriguing aspect of this coin is its symbolism for Nevada's nickname, the Silver State. While the quarter itself isn't made of silver in its standard form, its silver-proof versions and its high market value create a poetic connection between the metal that built Nevada's economy and the coin that celebrates it. In auctions and private sales, Nevada quarters in perfect condition often draw intense bidding competition. Collectors from all over the country, and even internationally, will vie for ownership of these rarities. This drives the prices higher and cements the coin's place in numismatic history. Finding a Nevada quarter of exceptional value isn't just about luck, it's also about knowing what to look for. Sharp, well-struck details, a perfect luster, and the absence of scratches or blemishes are key indicators. Under magnification, the design should appear crisp, with every tiny line and texture preserved. For those who own a Nevada quarter, proper storage is essential. Using acid-free coin flips, airtight capsules, or professional grading services can protect the coin's value for decades to come. Exposure to air, moisture, or frequent handling can diminish its condition and, with it, its market worth. The Nevada quarter's beauty also makes it a conversation piece. Whether displayed in a frame, kept in a collection album, or stored in a safe, it invites admiration and curiosity. People who might not normally care about coins often find themselves intrigued by the story and design of this particular quarter. When talking about coins worth thousands of dollars, it's important to remember that their value isn't just monetary. These coins carry stories, history, and artistry. The Nevada quarter, especially in rare and perfect form, represents all three in abundance. For investors, rare coins like this can also serve as a tangible asset that appreciates over time. Unlike paper investments, a coin can be held, displayed, and enjoyed while it quietly gains value. The thrill of finding a valuable coin keeps collectors motivated, and the Nevada quarter is one of those coins that fuels the dream. Whether tucked away in an old coffee can or resting in a collector's safe, the possibility is always there. This is why stories of high-value coins continue to circulate widely. They spark the imagination and inspire people to look a little closer at the change in their pocket. The Nevada quarter from 2006 is more than just a piece of metal. It's a symbol of the unexpected treasures that can still be found in everyday life. For the lucky collector who finds the rare, perfect specimen, the reward can be extraordinary. In one unforgettable auction, such a coin reached an astonishing final price, changing hands for the incredible sum of $65,000. Top 8. The year 2000 was a milestone for coin collectors across the United States, and among the treasures released that year, the Washington quarter dollar representing the state of Virginia holds a special place. This quarter was part of the widely celebrated 50-state quarters program, and its release captured the hearts of collectors and history enthusiasts alike. While millions of these coins were struck for circulation, there are rare and exceptional examples that have become highly sought after, elevating their worth to astonishing levels. The Virginia quarter's design is a tribute to America's rich colonial history, specifically commemorating the founding of Jamestown in 1607. The reverse side features the famous image of three ships, the Susan Constant, the Godspeed, and the Discovery, sailing across the ocean, representing the first permanent English settlement in the New World. This imagery not only honors Virginia's historical significance but also tells the story of America's earliest roots in a way that resonates deeply with collectors. The obverse side retains the classic portrait of George Washington, the nation's first president, designed by John Flanagan. By the year 2000, this design had already been in use for decades, yet its pairing with each unique state reverse gave the coins a fresh identity. For the Virginia quarter, this combination made for a stunning piece of art in miniature form, one that collectors still admire today. While billions of quarters are produced each year, only a small percentage stand out due to their rarity, condition, or minting errors. For the 2000 Virginia quarter, certain rare varieties, particularly those in pristine mint state or with unusual die errors, can command staggering prices at auction. These coins become not just currency, but historical artifacts and pieces of investment-worthy metal. Collectors are always on the lookout for quarters with deep, sharp details, a mirror-like surface, or unique striking flaws. In the case of the Virginia State Quarter, examples struck with exceptional clarity or with misaligned dies can fetch significantly higher prices than face value. Such features add a layer of mystery and exclusivity, as they were often the result of brief moments during the minting process when the machinery did not perform perfectly. The appeal of the Virginia quarter also comes from its place in the timeline of American numismatics. Being released in 2000, it sits at the crossroads of the 20th and 21st centuries, making it both modern and nostalgic. For many, it represents the excitement of the early days of the state quarters program, when millions of people were checking their pocket change in hopes of finding each new design. What truly sets apart the most valuable Virginia quarters, however, is their condition. Coins that have never been circulated, showing no signs of wear and maintaining their original luster, are considered mint state. The higher the grade assigned by professional grading services, the more a coin's value can skyrocket. For the Virginia quarter, perfect or near-perfect examples are a prize indeed. That in addition to condition, rarity is influenced by errors and die varieties. Some Virginia quarters display doubling in the lettering or ship details, while others have unusual metal compositions or missing design elements. These rare flaws can transform a common coin into a collector's dream, fetching impressive sums when sold. The beauty of the Virginia quarter is not just in its design or value, it's also in the story it tells. It connects the modern United States to its earliest colonial roots, making it both a piece of currency and a historical document. This dual nature appeals to collectors who see coins as tangible links to the past. For those who grew up during the release of the state quarters program, the Virginia coin may also hold personal memories. Whether found in pocket change, received as part of a gift, or collected as part of a complete set, it has a special nostalgic charm that goes beyond monetary worth. The coin's reverse design, by Edgar Z. Stever IV, captures a moment in history that shaped the nation's future. The ships are depicted in graceful detail, sailing across the Atlantic, a reminder of the risks and ambitions of those who came to the New World in search of opportunity and a new beginning. Because of the Virginia quarter's widespread recognition, it has also been a favorite among those who create custom jewelry or framed coin displays. This secondary use has led to fewer pristine coins surviving in original mint condition, making those that remain even more desirable to serious collectors. When discussing high-value examples, professional coin grading plays a crucial role. Coins graded at MS-68 or higher are extremely rare and can sell for thousands, while those with unique error characteristics can command even more impressive prices. The most stunning examples have been known to cross into the tens of thousands, turning a 25-cent coin into a true treasure. The thrill of finding such a coin in everyday change may be slim, but it is not impossible. Many collectors started their journey with a lucky find in circulation, and the hope of discovering such a piece continues to inspire treasure hunters to this day. Auctions and private sales remain the primary venues where the most valuable Virginia quarters change hands. In these competitive environments, seasoned collectors, dealers, and investors all vie for the rarest and most perfect coins, often driving prices to remarkable levels. The Virginia quarter also appeals to international collectors, as it represents a piece of early American history that resonates with people around the world. This global interest further boosts its desirability and market value. From a numismatic perspective, the coin's striking contrast between the mirror-like fields and frosted designs in proof versions makes it especially appealing. Proof strikes from the San Francisco Mint, especially in silver, are highly sought after when preserved in flawless condition. The coin's enduring popularity also comes from its role as an educational tool. Teachers, parents, and historians often use it to introduce students and children to the history of Jamestown, the concept of early settlements, and the broader sweep of American history. Some collectors focus exclusively on the Virginia quarter, building specialized collections that include every possible variety, mint mark, and error. This dedication highlights just how significant and appealing this coin has become over the years. The Virginia State Quarter serves as a reminder that not all treasures are locked away in chests or museums. Some can still be found in your pocket, waiting for someone with a sharp eye and an appreciation for history to notice. Its design continues to be admired more than 2 decades after its release, and the stories behind its creation, circulation, and discovery remain compelling for coin lovers of all ages. The coin market is ever-changing, with values fluctuating based on demand, rarity, and condition. For the Virginia quarter, the combination of historical significance, design beauty, and rarity ensures that it will remain a collector's favorite for years to come. In the grand world of numismatics, where ancient coins and modern rarities compete for attention, the 2000 Virginia quarter stands as proof that beauty, history, and value can be found in the smallest of places. Those who hold one of the rarest examples possess more than just a coin, they hold a small but powerful piece of American Heritage, frozen in metal for future generations to admire, collectors continue to watch the market for opportunities to acquire the best examples, knowing that these coins represent both a solid investment and a piece of living history. Over time, the Virginia quarter's legacy will only grow, as fewer high-quality examples remain available and demand continues to rise among new generations of collectors. It is remarkable to think that a coin once worth only 25 cents could transform into a valuable numismatic prize, commanding serious attention in the marketplace. For the rarest and most perfect 2000 Virginia state quarters, the value has been known to soar to an incredible $80,000. Top 9. In the world of coin collecting, there are certain treasures that make the hearts of enthusiasts race with excitement, and the United States Washington $quarter State Perry Victory 2013 is one such remarkable piece. This coin, part of the America the Beautiful series, celebrates a pivotal moment in history and has become a sought-after gem for collectors who appreciate both its artistry and its rarity. The moment you hold one in your hand, you realize you're not just touching a coin, you're touching a story. The design of this 2013 quarter is a breathtaking tribute to Commodore Oliver Hazard Perry and the historic Battle of Lake Erie during the War of 1812. On the reverse, the artwork vividly captures Perry standing on the bow of his ship, symbolizing leadership, courage, and victory. It's a scene that almost feels alive, frozen in silver and copper, yet bursting with the energy of history. Every fine line of detail, from the folds in Perry's coat to the movement of the water, tells a chapter of a story that shaped America's future. The obverse features the familiar and dignified portrait of George Washington, a timeless reminder that these quarters carry not only value in metal but also the legacy of a nation's founding ideals. The combination of the heroic reverse and the stately obverse makes this coin a visual masterpiece. But its appeal doesn't stop at beauty. This coin holds secrets that make it even more intriguing. For most Americans, the Perry Victory quarter is just spare change, something tossed into a jar or spent without a second thought. But for keen-eyed collectors, this particular year and design can hide incredibly rare versions, known as error coins, that dramatically increase its worth. Sometimes, a small misalignment during minting or an unusual die variation transforms an ordinary quarter into an extraordinary treasure. The 2013 Perry Victory quarter was minted in several facilities, including Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. While millions were produced, only a tiny fraction possessed the rare qualities that make them worth serious money. That scarcity is exactly what drives collectors to search through their change, hoping to stumble upon one of these prized examples. One fascinating detail about the Perry Victory quarter is the connection it creates between modern coinage and historical remembrance. It's not just a design slapped on metal, it's a narrative link, reminding us that coins can carry more meaning than their face value. When you learn the story behind it, this quarter becomes a pocket-sized monument to resilience and leadership. The America the Beautiful series itself was designed to spark interest in America's landscapes, monuments, and moments of pride. The Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial in Ohio is not only a striking landmark but also a symbol of lasting peace between nations. Seeing it immortalized in coin form is a way of preserving history for future generations. Collectors often point out that high-grade specimens of the 2013 Perry Victory quarter can reach exceptional values. Coins graded by professional services, especially those in pristine mint state, are highly desirable. The tiniest difference in condition, a sharper strike, fewer marks, a more lustrous surface, can mean the difference between a few dollars and thousands. Another point of intrigue is how certain coins escape the normal wear and tear of circulation. These are the coins that collectors dream of finding, as they retain the crisp details that make them visually stunning. It's like finding a relic that somehow avoided the hands of time. Beyond the thrill of rarity and design, there's also a sense of community among those who seek out coins like the Perry Victory quarter. Collectors share tips, discoveries, and stories, all bound together by the joy of the hunt. This shared passion transforms coin collecting from a solitary hobby into a connection with others who appreciate history in its smallest, most tangible form. For beginners, the Perry Victory quarter offers an entry point into numismatics that is both accessible and inspiring. You might start with a single coin, but soon you find yourself learning about mints, grades, and historical events. It's a hobby that deepens your knowledge and sharpens your observational skills. The value of such coins is also influenced by broader market trends. As demand rises for specific designs, so does their price. For the Perry Victory Quarter, interest remains strong, fueled by both its place in the America the Beautiful series and its historical significance. Some collectors even create themed collections, pairing the Perry Victory Quarter with other War of 1812 memorabilia, creating a richer narrative display. It's not just about owning a coin, it's about curating a story. One reason this coin is so captivating is that it reminds us how something as small as a quarter can carry a weight far beyond its size. It's a link between the everyday and the extraordinary. While the majority of 2013 Perry Victory quarters will remain ordinary, the rare ones, those with exceptional qualities, can fetch staggering prices at auctions and private sales. There have been stories of people discovering valuable coins in pocket change, inherited collections, or even rolls from the bank. These tales keep the dream alive that anyone, anywhere, might stumble upon a fortune in the most unexpected place. The joy of finding a rare Perry Victory quarter is amplified by the knowledge that you've uncovered a piece of history. It's a tangible connection to both America's past and the artistry of its coinage. For those who dedicate themselves to searching, patience often pays off. Each coin examined is another step closer to that elusive treasure. The appeal of the Perry Victory quarter also lies in its balance between modern minting and classical storytelling. Even though it's a relatively recent coin, it feels timeless, and for investors, rare coins like this offer a tangible asset that can appreciate over time, especially as fewer pristine examples remain in the market. This coin also serves as a reminder that value is not always obvious. Something as common as a quarter can, under the right conditions, be worth far more than its face value suggests. That in the grand scheme of American coinage, the 2013 Perry Victory quarter holds a special place. It bridges the gap between history, art, and numismatic passion. The more you learn about it, the more you realize that coins like this are far more than collectibles. They're storytellers in metal. Collectors who own one of these rare examples know they hold something truly special, a piece of history that can be admired, studied, and passed down. The Perry Victory quarter teaches us that beauty, history, and value can all be found in something as small as the change in your pocket. Whether you're a seasoned collector or someone who's just discovered the hobby, the journey this coin offers is one worth taking. And so, the United States Washington $quarter State Perry Victory 2013, in its rarest and most pristine form, has been known to reach an astonishing value of $47,000. Top 10. Let's step into the fascinating world of American coinage and explore a treasure that has been quietly circulating for decades yet holds an incredible story. The United States Washington $quarter State Massachusetts 2000 is more than just a piece of pocket change. It's a piece of art, a fragment of history, and in rare cases, a gateway to immense value for the lucky few who stumble upon a special variety. This coin captures the pride of a state and the craftsmanship of the U.S. Mint, while also sparking the imagination of collectors across the country. When the Massachusetts State Quarter was released in 2000, it was part of the wildly popular 50 State Quarters program. This program aimed to honor each U.S. state with its own reverse design, celebrating local history, culture, and landmarks. Massachusetts, being one of the original 13 colonies and a cornerstone of American independence, had much to be proud of. The design chosen was simple yet powerful, and it quickly became a favorite among collectors. On the obverse, the coin retains the familiar and dignified profile of George Washington, first President of the United States, sculpted with precise detail. The inscriptions, United States of America, and $quarter, frame his portrait, along with Liberty and In God We Trust, reaffirming the values the nation was built upon. This classic front was unchanged from earlier quarters, providing continuity amidst the varied state designs. The reverse, however, is where Massachusetts truly shines. At its center is an outline of the state itself, marked by the location of the capital city, Boston. Overlapping this outline stands the famous figure known as the Minuteman, inspired by the statue at the Minuteman National Historical Park in Concord. This image is a tribute to the citizen soldiers of the Revolutionary War, those who could be ready, at a minute's notice, to defend the cause of liberty. The inscriptions, Massachusetts, and the Bay State, frame the design, alongside the year of statehood, 1788. From the very start, these coins were struck in massive numbers to meet public demand. Both the Philadelphia and Denver mints produced millions, while special proof versions came from San Francisco for collectors. But as with all mass minting, some coins escaped with unique errors or striking variations that now make them highly desirable. Such rare examples can be worth astonishing amounts compared to their face value. Collectors pay close attention to details such as doubling on the lettering, misaligned dies, off-center strikes, or unusual planchet errors. Even subtle differences in luster or toning can make one Massachusetts quarter stand apart from the rest. And when a coin is found in pristine, uncirculated condition straight from a mint roll, its value climbs significantly. In some exceptional cases, Massachusetts quarters have been discovered with dramatic mint errors, such as broad strikes, clipped planchets, or double strikes. These mistakes, though unintended, create unique one-of-a-kind collectibles. Because they are so scarce, they command top prices at auctions, especially when certified by trusted grading services. Another factor that boosts value is the coin's grade. Professional coin grading organizations assign ratings based on condition, with mint state 60 and above indicating a coin that is nearly flawless. A high-grade Massachusetts quarter can easily attract multiple bidders in the collector's market. The Massachusetts design itself carries symbolic weight, appealing to history buffs and patriots alike. For many, owning one of these coins, especially a rare or valuable example, is like holding a tangible piece of the American Revolution in the palm of your hand. Even in circulated condition, some Massachusetts quarters are worth more than 25 cents if they feature unique traits. But the true treasures are those near-perfect or error-laden specimens that surface only rarely. These are the coins that make collectors' hearts race when they appear in a dealer's showcase or at an auction. The hunt for these rare Massachusetts quarters has been ongoing since 2000, with enthusiasts searching bank rolls, change jars, and old coin collections in hopes of finding that one elusive gem. Many collectors recount stories of finding valuable coins in the most unexpected places, proving that great treasures can still be hiding in plain sight. It's worth noting that while most state quarters are common, the law of probability means a few exceptional ones will slip through with special characteristics. For the Massachusetts quarter, those anomalies have already been confirmed in the numismatic world, and they continue to attract serious buyers. For someone lucky enough to own a high-grade or rarer Massachusetts 2000 quarter, the decision to keep or sell can be tough. Selling can bring a significant financial reward, but keeping the coin allows the owner to hold on to a unique piece of history. Over the years, certain auctions have seen Massachusetts quarters fetch prices far beyond what casual observers might expect. The combination of rarity, historical significance, and strong collector demand drives these values sky high. Every detail of this coin, the revolutionary figure, the state outline, the inscriptions, reminds us of Massachusetts' critical role in the nation's founding. It's more than a quarter, it's a miniature tribute to courage and independence. Some people overlook these coins and their change, not realizing that a small difference in detail could mean a huge difference in value. That's why seasoned collectors advise checking every coin carefully, especially ones from special series like the state quarters. Stories continue to circulate about ordinary people finding valuable quarters while cleaning out drawers or sorting through pocket change. Such tales keep the excitement alive for new generations of treasure hunters. The Massachusetts 2000 quarter stands as a perfect example of how modern coins can still become highly collectible. It's a reminder that you don't always have to search ancient gold or silver to find something truly valuable. Numismatics, the study and collection of coins, is as much about the thrill of the hunt as it is about the coins themselves. Every Massachusetts quarter you examine could be a common one, or it could be the rare prize everyone is searching for. For those just starting in the hobby, state quarters are a great place to begin, and the Massachusetts design offers both historical appeal and the potential for valuable finds. The 50 state quarters program may have ended years ago, but its impact is still felt. Coins like the Massachusetts 2000 quarter continue to capture imaginations and bring unexpected joy to their finders. If you have one of these coins, it's worth inspecting under good lighting, checking for sharpness of strike, unusual marks, or any sign of minting error. A small investment of time could reveal something extraordinary, and for the ultimate rare Massachusetts quarter, one with the right combination of condition and unique characteristics, its value could be truly life-changing. In fact, one such coin has been known to reach an astonishing price of $18,000.